Good afternoon, all morning those in the surrounding area. This is Doug Carroll and 1.7 FM with your daily news report. In local news, Keep Jackson Beautiful says for all Jackson residents and visitors to properly dispose of cleaning supplies and personal protective equipment, including using sanitized wipes, masks, and plastic gloves. We have been seeing more and more wipes, gloves, and other relatable items being left behind in grocery stores and pharmacies parking lot, as well as on the streets and walking trails, said Heather Ivory, Executive Director of Keep Jackson Beautiful. It's important that proper trash is supposed to be adhered to given the COVID-19 virus, she said. These materials are being used to protect us from possible contamination from COVID-19. If they are not disposed of properly, we are risking the spread of the life-threatening virus. If a store provides wipes to clean off a cart, it's likely have a trash can nearby. If consumers are carrying their own wipes or gloves, make sure to properly dispose of used gloves, wipe, and mask in a trash can at the store, or have a bag inside your vehicle to place the item in to dispose of at home. Above all things, Keep Jackson Beautiful support a clean, green, healthy community. Today, that means the primary focus needs to be on the health of individuals and supporting first responders and our healthcare providers. No one wants to spread the disease, so we must be careful to properly dispose of those materials, Heather said. She also discouraged people from panicking, picking up wipes or gloves they see littered because they could be contaminated. If you use the PPE, it's your responsibility to dispose it, she said. Keep Jackson Beautiful. In other local news, 2 people were killed in a car crash on Interstate 220 at Industrial Drive Wednesday afternoon, according to Hinds County Coroner Sharon Griswold Stewart. The victims are identified as Jarvis Griffin and Jeremy Griffin. The crash stalled all lanes of southbound traffic for several hours while first responders worked the scene. It's unclear if any other cars were involved or if there were other injuries. In national news, senior White House advisor Anthony Fauci said Thursday the death toll from the coronavirus could be closer to 60,000 Americans, assuming full social distancing rather than the previously projected 100,000 to 240,000 deaths. The real data are telling us that it is highly likely that we are having a definite positive effect by the things that we are doing. This physical separation. So I believe we are going to see a downturn in that, Fauci, the director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease, told NBC's Today Show. It is look more than like the 60,000 than the 100,000 to 200,000, he said. Fauci did not say which model he is using to come up with the estimate, but his comments came as a leading model from the University of Washington that experts in the White House have been using, also predicted fewer Americans may die from the coronavirus than previously thought. That model now projects 60,415 people will die in the U.S. by August the 4th, compared to previous projection that approached 100,000. 45 states in the District of Columbia will have fewer deaths than previously thought under the model. A key coronavirus model is now predicting far fewer deaths than the numbers shown in earlier models. U.S. President Donald Trump said Thursday on Twitter, "That's because the American people are doing a great job. Social distancing, etc. Keep going." But the model also showed 5 states with projected increase: Connecticut, Massachusetts, New Jersey, North Dakota, and Rhode Island. New Jersey is like to see 5,277 deaths from the coronavirus compared to 2,117 previously estimated. The state also may not see a peak in death until April the 12th. The model previously predicted a peak in death on Thursday. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy calls the situation an unpredictable crisis in a tweet Wednesday. The state, which was among the first to issue a stay-at-home order, is now coordinating with local and federal officials to set up field hospitals to treat the surge of patients by following the facts on the ground and consulting closely with medical experts. "We will break the back of the COVID-19 curve," Murphy tweeted from his official Twitter account. Changes to the University of Washington's model reflect a massive infusion of new data, said Dr. Christopher Murray, director of the School Institute for Health Metrics and Evaluation. The university began its projection on March 26. To date, its models is the most comprehensive state-by-state rundown of the number of resources each state will need to combat the coronavirus. In other national news, the first wave of coronavirus stimulus checks are expected to go out in days. And if you are eligible, the Treasury Department and the IRS will deposit the cash directly into your bank account or mail you your check. Your chance to get some amount of 2020 stimulus monies are high. As many as 83% of taxpayers may qualify to receive an economic impact payment, according to the Washington Post, including people who regularly receive Social Security payment. We are here to answer your questions. Are you eligible to receive a $1,200 payment? What is the deposit data if the IRS is sending your check directly to your bank? How will the money arrive? What are the requirements and how much will you receive? What should you spend it on? Can you track your 2020 stimulus checks? But first, some background. Eligible U.S. taxpayer can receive up to $1,200 from the federal government as part of a $2 trillion relief package extended to help people pay rent, purchase essential, and jog the economy as unemployment levels rise. The first 2020 stimulus checks should start to arrive shortly, the second or third week of April. As of today, it is expected to be a little sunny with a high of 78 degrees and a low of 51 degrees. This has been your daily news update brought to you by WPRL 91.7 FM. We now return you to your regular scheduled program. The Mississippi State Department of Health is reporting 257 new cases of the coronavirus, COVID-19 in Mississippi. That brings the state total number of cases to 2,200 with 76 deaths. New cases reported today, 257. New deaths reported today, 9. The Honorable Mayor William Truly of Ken has a conference today at 10:30 a.m. today at the City Hall in Ken to announce a curfew for the city of Ken. The curfew will be in effect until further notice. As a practicing physician and as the mayor of the city of Ken, it is extremely important that the citizens of Ken understand the sacrifices that must be made and the importance of distance socialization. It is critically important that the citizens of Ken follow the guidelines of CDC and the advice of its mayor and mitigate the spread of the dreadful virus.